Hi everybody, this is the T7 Ocean. So this is the top of the range in the California range. We've got it in black. We've had a look at the coast already. We're going to have a look at the ocean behind us, show you some of the differences that's here. So let's have a walk around to start with. One thing to notice straight off is it's got the IQ headlights on that. So we've got the grey alloy wheels. As I said, the vehicle has only just arrived with us, so it's got no centre caps or anything with it. Black mirrors it's on it. It's all colour coded, so the B pillars down here and all the way across to the back. We've got the lights on in the vehicle, so it kind of gives you an indication as well. We've put them on this one to see what it looks like for when you're outside the vehicle. So obviously we've got the darkened windows that's on here, but the lights are that bright if you put them on in full inside. We've got the awning that's on here as standard, and that is again on the passenger side. And we've got our sliding door on the passenger side, and you will notice with this one it is electric. So we've got electric sliding door as it comes out from on there, and the awning on the side. And then as before, we've got our kitchen unit in here. We'll talk you through these in a second. You will notice from our video on the coast, this is a slightly different finish that's on here compared to that one. This top bit here is exactly the same, that's no different, but this finish that's on here is ever so slightly different that's on there. Fridge again, out of the side here. No different on the model, so that's all standard features. We've got our table on the side here, got our big ocean badge on the back here, like in that, and our new electrical hookup. And as we move around to the back, I've said this before, really like the back of the vehicle that's on there as well. We've got this big spoiler that's on the back here, and we've got the lights, as I said, on the inside of it that's there. So if I just pull the tailgate open a minute and have a look inside, no different to the inside of the other vehicles that we've looked at. So obviously we've got our mattress which folds out over the seats that's in there, and we'll put this into bed mode so you can have a look what it looks like. Loads and loads of storage space underneath this in here again. You will notice different flooring that's in here. If you picked that up on the previous one, this is with the wood effect. And then in the back here is also where the table is stored. So the table is actually just underneath here. So there's two little things just to press on the side there, and then the table will slide out. So let's slide this table out and have a look at it. So the table that's in here, so we've got nice dark top surface, and then legs wise, similar function to what we've had before. So these obviously all pull out. Pop that down as we go, so that's in there. You will notice on the other side of the table that's on here, we have got some pull outs that's here. I'm going to show you how that works in a minute, but let's just park that there for a second. We'll come back and get that once we've finished having a look round. So we've got our cupboard here, lots and lots of space, quite deep. It goes into our electrical socket in the back. And then we've got our water tank. So our water tank's on here. So this is where your water goes into there, and the tank's underneath that, underneath the cupboard that's in the corner there. And then to the side we've got our shower connection here as well. And the shower reel and hose is all located underneath here, so it's nice and neatly tucked away. As I said, we've got plenty of storage space that's in the back here. If I move these two out of the way, this is where your gas bottle goes. So our normal connection we've got here with our gas bottle that you're used to, and our brass gas bottle that goes in there. So that looks like a standard gas bottle in 907, what we've been used to that's in there. So if you've already got one and you're looking at extending it and getting another one, this vehicle again has got an optional extra. It's got the tow bar on it. If you press the button, out it comes, locks into position, press the button again, back up into position it goes. Let's have a quick look at our chairs. We didn't really get these out last time, so let's pull these chairs out and have a look, should we? Do feel a little heavier than previously, however they are a little bit more substantial, I would say, than the previous ones. They're definitely looking like they're a little bit heavier. One new thing for these seats now is there's a little pull out, so you pull that out to actually fold the seat back down, and then that just goes back in there. We've got our two lights in here, and there's a little switch for our lights to turn them on and off. Press and hold them, that will make them brighter or darker, so what we're used to. And we've got our blind that's on the front there as well. So if you were to put a table in, you can put a table in the middle section on here, and it just clips into the side. Your table can just go straight in there, and obviously you can get around it then if you need to, or alternative, obviously you can have it outside if you want it outside. So sitting inside the ocean, there are some big changes which you can see between this and the coast, and the first one is the seating. The actual seat fabric itself does look a lot different, and it feels a lot different to here. This is like the velour seating, I think they call it, that's on here, and that's on these seats and on the front seats as well. Turning the seats around, I think these front seats are slightly bigger because it wasn't quite as easy to turn the front seat around because of the size of it. And I think that's probably to do with it's probably got a few more electronics in the seat. But we've still got our storage that's in the side, our storage on the side of these seats as well. That's in there, so plenty of size that's in there. So these seats are predominantly exactly the same, but it's just in the actual material of which is what's on the outside of it as well. Just gives it a slightly nicer feel, I would say, inside. If we look at the cabinets, for example, that's here on the coast, these are a little bit plainer, where we've got a bit more of a texture to these that's on here. I like this actually, it's nice, which is different that's on here. But if we look underneath, no different underneath. This is all exactly the same. This top surface is exactly the same between the two models. We've got our burner and our sink that's in there. So again, so no real differences there. Obviously, we've got our cupboard unit that's here. So on here we've got our two switches here, we've got our cupboard lights that's here, and we've also got our strip light as well, which is down the side that's on here. If you've seen the coast video, you would have noticed in there as well, we've also got on there as an optional extra, which is an extra on this vehicle as well. If you want it as an optional extra, is a lighting strip along here as well, and that would then give us 3 buttons that's on there as well. So let's have a quick look inside the cupboard that's here. So if we pull that open, it's here. So we've got our tray, and in there we've got for our cutlery and things like that that's in there. Again, we've got loads of space underneath here. We've got a USB-C socket. We've got our inverter socket that's here, and a normal 13 amp plug socket, and our switch off for the gas unit that's here. So inside of these is no different at all to the Coast model. It's exactly the same. It's just the way in which the furnishings are different. Now there is one thing which is different that you may have noticed that's on here, and this is this storage unit here at the back. You will notice this if you've seen the videos before on the old 6.1. This was something that was there as well, and it's no different from on here. Feels exactly the same, a lot bigger than it was before, because there's no speakers in here at all. The speakers are actually in the door cards instead on the model. So this is a very big storage area. So once again, lying down on the bed, we made the bed up from here. Obviously we've now got this in here, and we'll be doing a video on dimensions and things, so you'll know what this is. So obviously this height here, you didn't have that on the Coast, so that's one thing to bear in mind if you're obviously going for this model. You've got this storage unit that's here as well to go down putting your head, depending on which end you're sleeping at. So we've also got our California storage here. Put those back up. So in there we've got lots of places to put things like clothes, etc. You've got a big tray under there as well, so loads of things in there. If I flip round, one thing we did forget to show you actually on the other model is this here. So we've got another cupboard, or another area, so moving that. So this slides out here. This is the back end of the cupboard, which you open from there. There's a little USB-C point, and it's in there. And then it got extra storage in here as well, so another big cupboard in here as well. We've got lots of storage here, storage here, storage here, storage here. That's there, and then in here, obviously, you've got storage on the other side as well. So lots of usable storage. So upstairs bed, no difference at all. It looks exactly the same in here. We've got our mattress, and then we've got our pocket springs underneath. I've said about the size of the bed. In a future video, when we look at the beds in particular, obviously I can get in and we can look at lengths and things like that for the actual vehicle. But nice and easy. It seems fairly easy to actually get up as normal. As I said, we've got our big opening window that's here, and we've got 2 side opening windows. Worth pointing out with the electric door, obviously, if you're inside, all you need to do is press the button. Now moving around to this side, let's just talk about the outside area very quickly. So we've got our awning on here. We'll be doing a separate video on how that works, because these awnings are removable. You can actually detach this from the vehicle, so I'm going to do a video on that shortly. And obviously then you're inside your outdoor living area, because you've got the different doors for coming out. We've got our table. We've done one of these, had a look at this on the previous video we've done. That just comes out, pull the catch down, and then locks into place in there, nice and easy to use. And then back underneath here we've got our 240, 230 volt power socket that's in there as well, if you plug it into the mains. Just to quickly show you how easy it is for these seats and how it actually works in practice. So you pull the seat forward this way, and then there's a little pull handle. Can you see that there? So that's the mechanism which actually releases. You pull that, and that releases the seat to move it forward. Then you just spin it round, and that locks back in place. Then you can just move the seat back. Really easy. Driver's one, just as easy, because you've got no handbrake or anything like that that's there. One thing you also get as well is ambient lighting. You'll notice on here we've got the red light that comes up along the doors. This is on both sides of the vehicle as well. You can change the colour of that on the multivan platform, all done via the dash, so you can have it in blue, you can have it in red, whatever colours you want it to do. It matches obviously with the dash panel as well. So now in the driver's position of the vehicle, and if you've seen the coast video, which I'm sure you probably have, I hope you have, normal multivan driving position, everything looks as it does with the multivan. So we've got our lights panel and blower panel, our quick buttons that are down here on the side. Got a few more here in the middle with our hazard light that's here at the side. We've got our parking, so our electronic handbrake, so we've got a parking and an auto hold. Our gearing, because these are all automatics, so up here we've got our park, drive and reverse, etc., just by pushing this up and down that's there. Got some cup holders, they're on the side. Our normal Volkswagen steering wheel that's here, our big screen which is standard on all the models, and then as we looked at before, we looked at our roof controls. So we've got our roof up button, our roof down button, the quick charge function, so that will charge the batteries a bit quicker if you're stationary, if you're really low. And then the other three buttons, which the other vehicle didn't have, is all to do with the electric doors. So that's the electric doors, so you can operate those from inside the vehicle. It's very easy, it's quite, you know, you turn up somewhere, for example, and you press the button. So let's do it on the side one there. So you press that button, side door just electronically opens, and your passengers can get in, get out. And then to shut it, just press it again, and it shuts, and it's all done off the dash. There's always differences between coast and oceans and model changes, and this has changed ever so slightly as well. It's a slightly different look. Okay, that's our first look at the T7 California Ocean. I hope you've liked it. I hope you've seen what you wanted to see that's in the vehicle. As I said, this is the first real quick look we've had at the vehicles. I'm going to have another week or so now where I'm going to get a chance to go and have a look at some more. As I said, this is the first UK one I've actually seen in the flesh and actually been able to get in, change the seats around and things like that. So I've got hours and hours of playtime to come on this and the coast as well, so we get a full understanding of how everything really properly works. And then we'll be doing more videos as we've done before, so we'll start looking at things like the bed setups upstairs and downstairs and how they work in reality, what you've actually got to do to make them work and get the spacing and things like that. What we need from you now, if you've enjoyed the content, is to put some comments in the comments box below. What do you want to see next? What are the things that you'd like us to go into more detail with, whether it be the coast or whether it be the ocean? Was there a particular thing you want to know about first, whether it's storage, whether it's seating? If you let us know in the comments box what you want to see next, and we can start then planning those videos in and get those brought to you as soon as possible. Now, as always, most importantly, if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get some more videos that's in there, and we'll see you next time.